after hearing this reporting from the Post. This may have been about trying to take back documents that have to do with nuclear weapons.
The Times is reporting that the FBI has now obtained more than 300 different classified documents from Trump's home that reportedly include documents from the CIA, the NSA, and the FBI.
His secret documents that he allegedly knowingly stole and held on to, and then double stole, in that they handed some back, and apparently, at least according to the view of the DOJ, we're continuing to report this out, that they held back with a false attestation.
Continue to report this out with sources who know what's happening. So if you believe the New York Times and Washington Post reporting, the leaks about the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago have to come from the Justice Department, the only people who know about the raid. The same Justice Department led by AG Merrick Garland that wants to keep the whole search warrant affidavit secret. The DOJ says releasing the warrant will cause grave harm to their investigation. A judge will give an initial ruling on Thursday. So to be clear, the same DOJ, the same people that want to keep everything secret, is selectively leaking the most damaging parts of the search warrant. Forget what you think about Donald Trump and the DOJ. It almost sounds un-American. Bob Driscoll's here, former Deputy Assistant Attorney General. Un-American may be a little too far, but it certainly doesn't seem fair, does it?
No, and this is, I think you made the right point, which is this is not partisan. As someone who's usually on the defense side, the government has a ton of power to prosecute people. I mean, even the former president of the United States. And I think it is very, it is dirty pool when you're a defense lawyer to be restricted in what you're able to say and have the DOJ out there leaking things. And even worse, having the media essentially be completely credulous as to whatever they get from the DOJ, who obviously has an interest in looking at making a defendant look bad, whether it's Trump or anyone else. I mean, I saw your clip about the nuclear kind of things. I think it was such a great example because the initial Post report, I think, referred to something about nuclear programs. It may not have even been nuclear weapons, but whoever leaks that knows exactly that that's going to get translated to nuclear weapons by the time it gets on TV. And the next thing you know, it's Trump gave away the nuclear codes.
Right, right. It's one of these situations, right?
Nuclear energy.
Yeah, it's one of these situations also where, at some level, you can't fight against a ghost as if you're Team Trump because you don't know what's in the affidavit. You don't even know what's being alleged, and you're fighting this thing that's being leaked out and lapped up, which the DOJ has done in lots of cases, whether it be other criminal cases or against President Trump and the like. Does Trump's defense team have the right now to go to the judge and say, look, if you're going to leak all this stuff, you've got to release the whole affidavit? Does it make it harder on the DOJ's argument?
For certain parts of it, yes. For kind of some of the things they've leaked, yes. I think the DOJ is still going to have a good argument to keep secret the names of confidential informants and witnesses and things like that. I think courts are very loath to kind of make those public too early in the proceedings. But I think that certainly if I was defense counsel in the situation, I'd be jumping up and down about that we should get more transparency in the affidavit, precisely because DOJ is out there making suggestions essentially that this is about nuclear weapons and this is about national security. And I think, as we both know, in Washington, things can be about nuclear, but it can be about nuclear power. They could be about national security, but that's a range of things. And it may not be nearly as incriminating as those headlines suggest. And I don't know whether they are or aren't, but I'm saying that's the whole point.
I got to think about
know what it is.
About this, though. You know, for as much as is made about this is a crime to take these documents, it's a crime to have classified information, certainly sensitive information at that level in unsecured locations, to have lied and on and on. Is it not a crime or certainly a violation of ethics for part of the Department of Justice to be leaking things about a criminal case to news organizations that are under seal?
Depending on what the information is and where they got it, yes. Grand jury material is protected under 60. It's a criminal violation to put it out there. I, in fact, had a case years ago that a Treasury Department employee leaked FinCEN information about a client of mine and was prosecuted and went to jail. Wow. So, yes, indeed, it is. In the right circumstances, it is criminal to leak information when you're the government about potential targets. And so I think it's something. But everyone just seems to go along with it. I mean,
you make a great point. Everybody goes along with it, and I guess stay tuned for a long time to see if anybody at DOJ gets prosecuted on this. Bob, we got to run. We appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.